And back on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network, Aaron Like now joined here by senior golfer Connor Miele.
Yes.
Yes. Good, yes. Kind of a hard last name, but I got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Good. So, Connor, you are a senior here on MSUB golf team. Man, golfing, I love it. It's a big hobby of mine. I'm like a 14 handicap. What's yours?
Scratch.
You're a scratch golfer.
Yeah.
All right. So I wouldn't want to play with you then.
No, maybe in a scramble.
Okay. That's right.
We could be on a team. Yeah.
We could be on a team in a scramble.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good thought. Well, cool, my man. So, getting ready to head out this weekend to California for some golf.
Yeah.
Been a tough winter here in Billings, so I'm sure it's been hard to get out and enjoy some days on the courses. So, what do you guys been doing here during this winter time to kind of keep yourselves going and really getting ready for this big tournament here in California?
We've been trying obviously since the snowfall started around Thanksgiving, I think.
Right.
It's we've just been buried by it. So all we can really do is go to Mitchell Golf, this golf store downtown, and hit into the simulator, which obviously isn't real grass. It's just turf, artificial, but it's better than nothing. And then they even have a little putting green, so we've been rolling it a little bit. But it's kind of just trial by fire. We're going to go out and do our best, and I mean, we're all natural and athletic at it, so we'll pick it up pretty quickly. And everyone went home for winter break. Obviously, the out-of-staters. I was able to do a little golfing back in Seattle. Michael, from Coeur d'Alene, I know he played a little bit. So we're trying. It's tough, but this is where we live and go to school, so it is what it is.
Right. Yeah, Coach Wooden talked about the team, and I think a lot of people out there look at golf as such an individual sport, but he talked about you being the team captain, and how such a great job you do to kind of keep the team unity going. So, how cool is that to be the captain of the golf team, and what are some things that viewers may not know about golf as more of a team unified sport?
Sure. I mean, when we're playing our rounds, in tournaments, we're alone. We're not with our teammates. We're usually how college tournaments works. Your 5-man tees off first, all the way down to your number one. So you're in consecutive groups, but crossing holes and stuff, you can say hi and see each other, but that's about it. But off the course, we're a very close group of guys. We have a lot of fun. We spend time together, outside of workouts and study halls and practice. We still enjoy each other's company enough to hang out on the weekends and go see movies and do stuff around town. So I've played on a few different teams. I've transferred into Billings, and I've just found that in the teams that I've played for prior, we haven't really had a connection like we do here, and it makes the whole process more enjoyable. Traveling, staying in hotels, if you can't get along or really find common ground with your teammates, it makes the whole experience a little awkward and not as enjoyable. But I've, since our day one this season, I've made it a point to every guy that we're going to be close and be friends and brothers, and not just show up and not see each other again until the next team event. So it's made a big difference.
Yeah, talk about maybe the competition that you guys kind of, get your guys' stuff into, because I'm sure, practices and stuff, who can drive it further, or who can put it closer to the pin. Do you guys have those kind of things to keep the competitive spirits going?
I mean, we do fun things. We try to keep it competitive. We're always playing little team games down there. And then when we do get outside, it's a lot of fun. We'll play seniors versus, the younger guys, or we'll play some sort of team competition. Everyone's very competitive, which is nice. Even our younger guys, they want to win. And I really appreciate that about this team.
Yeah, Connor. So, big season coming up for you guys. You're going to be a senior. This is probably going to be the last hurrah for MSUB at least. What's the outlook? I mean, is there big goals that you guys have, heading into this weekend, GNAC tournaments, stuff like that?
Yeah, we won the Rocky Invite in the fall, set a school record. I mean, it was a great week. Played a few events where we've put ourselves in a spot now. If we perform this spring and have a few high finishes in some events, we could see some postseason play. Obviously, the last few years, Jake Hedge was the last person, I think, to make it to postseason play, and that was 2 years ago. So we'd love to, not only have some individuals, but an entire 5-man team make it to postseason. So unfortunately, how golf works is by the time conference at Coeur d'Alene at the resort happens in April, postseason's pretty much decided. So that's why this weekend and our next 2 events are pretty important, for some high finishes to give us that potential. So we've worked hard enough, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, hopefully you guys get out there this weekend and it all comes back to form, which I'm sure it will, as you guys talked about. You're pretty natural at it. So, yeah, you're going to graduate this May. What's the plan after that, man?
I've been in school for 5.5 years now. I've transferred, lost credits. I should be a doctor by now,
right.
But I'm just going to have a bachelor's degree. But no, I'm done with school. I'm getting married this summer, and I'm headed back to Seattle. I think is the decision that my fiance and I have made. So, I'll always be a part of this program, and MSUB has been a great place to go to school. But I think it's time for me to be done with college.
Hey, 5.5 years. You're getting it done, which is important. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I'll get you out of here on this question. I'm always interested to see.
Sure.
On the golf course, a lot of weird things happen, interesting stuff. Well, especially with me, obviously, with spraying the ball around and stuff.
Sure.
Any crazy, weird stories that you have that you've came
from
across?
This season?
Or just whenever, yeah. I'm always interested to see what kind of weird stories people have.
From my golf career, some of the weirdest moments have been actually hitting people with a shot. A few years ago, I was like 240 out on a par 5 and hit a 5-wood right of a green as a group was walking off, and I yelled 4, and the group turned, and I actually hit the guy square in the chest with a 5-wood from 240. I don't know how fast that's going, but it you could hear like an audible like he lost his breath, and it was terrible. I ended up running up, and he was fine. I've been hit too when I was younger. It's just anytime someone gets hit, it's scary at first, and then usually you go assess the damage. But luckily, he was okay.
Yeah. Is that one of those things where you take off the glove and sign it? And
yeah, just sign my name and give him a handshake and move on. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. All right. Senior Connor Miele here with us. Thank you so much, Connor.
Thanks, Aaron.
Good luck the rest of the way. Big season. Hopefully some postseasons in the cards for you guys and for you especially.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. After this, we're going to have some women's soccer interviews. Stay tuned on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network.